I'm Malish. I'm a first year gardener, and today I'm gonna take you for a tour for my gardening project for this year. So as I step out of my backyard, you can see all of these sections here, multiple sections around my backyard, and also there are some stuff on the sides of the house and the front of the house. I will start with this section here. This is my pilot section where I have planted my first stuff this year. I never grew anything in the past, so this year my first experience was growing stuff. So over here I planted, at first I planted the trees first, all the trees first. This is a fig tree over here, and three more fig trees on the other side, in this side. And in the back of the house I planted some more fruits in the back of the house. Later on I added the vegetables. I started in this section. I added some tomatoes that were taken from my neighbor over there. He has some tomatoes grow from seeds, and he gave them to me like some small plants end of May, which was kind of late in the season. But I planted the tomatoes, and surprisingly, so it's still too crowded, which is, I know, as I said, I'm first year, so maybe it's a lesson learned. From next year we'll try to do much better. But as you can see, we're having a very good harvest so far. These are beefsteak tomatoes, very considerably large. I have too many of them actually. Let's see how big they are. Try it. Here's a cluster of 3 over there. It's too crowded. Here's some beans. Here's some beets. I kept some mint. From my old stuff here. Here's some beets and some turnip. They're doing very good overall. So I'm happy with I'm very happy with the results, with the outcome for that. Again, the tomatoes, a lot of tomatoes. I'm happy. If you can see through here, more tomatoes in the back. Some of them actually start to get a little bit of red, and the beans, etc. Okay, so the way I did that, basically, I didn't plant over the grass directly. I adopted the back to Eden gardening style. So I put some cardboard over the grass, and then I put some compost on top of it, and wood chips. I got most of that for free, almost all of it for free, from the county compost center in Greenbelt. But it was a lot of work. Like as you can see, I put here some cardboard, and then put all the mulch or the wood chip or the compost on top of it. Anyway, kitchen waste, any peanut shells, any vegetable waste. And then I used some of the wooden pallets I got also for free to construct this frame, and I secure it with little wood sticks like here, secured in the ground from many places. It was a lot of work, but I think it started to become rewarding. So the first fig tree over here and this one here are brown turkey, and they actually start producing fruit. I planted them in May, end of May, and they started getting some fruits. Some of them are actually getting arriving, and they are first year. As you can see, there are brown leaves, the brown branches, which are the old branches, and you see the green branches, which are the new growth. So I'm very happy with the outcome, but just need to hear that I planted near the wall of the house because we are in zone 7A, and we are borderline for the figs, these varieties of figs. So the figs need to stay warm during the winter season. So hopefully the heat leaks from the house during the winter time, keep the figs warm. And also I plan to cover them, and at least for the first year, so the roots don't die. This is another variety of fig. These two here, 2 other varieties, but I planted them I got them much smaller than the first ones. But they had also done very good, but they haven't produced any fruits yet. But again, do you see at the new growth, the green on the top side here, and the old branches are the brown branches. And it's a lot of leaves, a lot of growth. And this is called LRU, Louisiana State University. I think it's developed by Louisiana State University. It's a disease resistance type of thing. And this is called Celeste. Also, this was very small when I planted. That most of the, you see all of the branches are green, and you see a little bit of the old ones, the brown ones. So it also a lot of growth in these plants. So I'm very happy with the figs. I hope they continue doing the same way. These are some beans I planted like a couple of weeks ago. We are now today is August 22nd or 23rd type of thing. And also I planted in this section some leaf lettuce, and some more turnip and beets. Hopefully for the full harvest. I planted this couple a few weeks ago because I just finished this section a few weeks ago. Again, for the next year, my strategy will gonna change. I'm not gonna walk over the area where I grow my plants. So because to keep the soil in a good condition, not too compacted, and to keep the structure of the soil healthy. Now I'm moving to the back of the trees, the other fruit trees that I talked about. I had some issues with this, like this is I think gala apple, and this is yellow apple, gold apple, beech tree, and we'll go to through the other plants as well. But I had some issues in the beginning of these trees, and I think I started to get resolved. This section here of the house, or of the yard, the backyard, the slope is very low, so most of the rains come through in this area. They have a lot of water. Actually, we have a water sink here, and for the storm water. So first was getting a lot of water, which is not a good thing for the fruit trees because the roots may rotten. But the other thing, we had a lot of deers come to this area, and they were eating all the leaves. So I built this fence around them. Like I secured it in the beginning, and the ground also the same way I did my other sections, and I put little fence around it with a screen, and did this like 2 weeks ago. And since I did that, all the leaves starts to come back. We show some, not all of it. We start seeing some new leaves, which it's a good sign. Again, like a couple weeks ago, none of these leaves were there. The deer were taking care of it. And same thing for the peach tree. The peach tree is doing very good so far. It's getting tall, but no fruits yet. Hopefully, they will survive and will continue to do well. And this is, it was given to me by a friend. It was told this is a lemon tree. I don't know about that for sure. But again, it looks like it died. But maybe that I see one new leaf. Hopefully, it will keep doing. I don't know. I'll give it another year to see how it goes. And this one is a cold hardy variety of orange. Orange usually grow in zone 9 to 11 or warmer weather, but this is a cold hardy type of thing. I don't know about this tree for sure if it's doing well or not. It's been the same way since I bought it, and since I planted in May. I didn't see any new leaves. It's cold hardy, but we'll see how it goes. So overall, so far, we have 4 fig trees, and the 2 apples and the peach are doing very good. These 2, I'm not so sure about them. All right, so now we move to this side of the house. I planted this, again, we have 2 trees here. This one here is blueberry, and another variety of blueberry, so they can cross-pollinate each other. And not sure about them, honestly. But I planted the zucchini and the cucumber in early July, so almost like a month and a half ago. And I mean, they've grown wild. I mean, they've done a lot of big leaves, big branches, see all the flowers here. And actually, I started seeing some of the cucumber coming out, the smaller ones. Here's small cucumber coming out. It's the same. All of this is one cucumber tree. So the branches are doing very good. And I started to see some zucchini. Let me show it to you. I saw a zucchini. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, this zucchini here. Yeah, some zucchini here. So this probably may be my first zucchini. But I'm so impressed, about the zucchini and the cucumber. And also I have some pumpkin in this area. I'm not sure which one is which one. It's my first year, so I'm still learning. Okay, and this is a blueberry, and this is a blackberry. Also, it was very small when I planted this year, maybe June time of frame. I planted that, and it's a lot of growth. And this is my two grapes actually. And I built this terrace, which is looks like looks very nice, and the grapes are doing very well also. Like it was like almost a foot long when I bought him. I planted him in May or June time frame, and now they're starting. It's starting to grow, and I put this terrace a couple weeks ago. I just bought some 4 T-posts in the ground, secured them very well, and I put this cattle panel around it. I saw the idea on YouTube, so it turned out very well. So I'm very happy with it. Next year I plan to plant more in this section here in the middle between, maybe more cucumber or zucchini, so they can all share the same terrace. Okay, so this takes care of the side of the house. Let me move to the front. So here on the front, okay, I planted this tree. It's supposed to be Japanese maple, something like that, but I don't know. It doesn't look like doing anything at all. So maybe just give it another early next spring. Maybe I just get rid of it and replace with something else. So sorry for my cleats. I just came back from my soccer game. And this is here. I planted some rosemary and some cilantro and some basil, things like that. They were planted maybe early end of June, late July, early July, but they are not done. They started, sprouting and everything and bringing some leaves, but I don't think they get enough sunlight in here. So I'm just experimenting this section. Maybe next year I put something that doesn't need, needs minimal sunlight. And that's it for end of my review, for end of my tour for my garden project this year. Hopefully I'll give you an update end of the season in a month or so when we start getting more fruits. Thank you.